Hello and welcome to the day 2 of my Vietnam trip, and we are in Ho Chi Minh City. Right now we are at the Opera House, and now we're going to take the hop on and hop off bus to see all of the different attractions that are here. And basically from the Opera House you can buy the tickets, and from right across the street you can take the bus that will take you to different attractions. We used the Grab app to book a taxi, which took us from our hotel to the Opera House, and you can use Grab cab for basically anywhere you want to go within the city, and it is a really convenient option. Opera House itself is pretty beautiful, and I would recommend that you come here. You can also watch a show here like AO show, but for that you need to buy a ticket, which could be a little pricey, and you would have to come at night to see the show. On the bus, you will get a pair of earbuds and a map. A map will list down all of the locations that are on the route, and basically, there are three routes, two for the day and one for the night. And all of these routes will cover different locations at different intervals. Now it is a panoramic view of the city from the upper deck, and on every seat there is this console where you can plug in the included earbuds. And basically what it does is that it will give you all of the details of that specific location that you are at on your bus ride. So there are different options here. You can adjust the volume, and it goes up to 15, and then you have different languages. So there's English, Russian, German, Spanish, Korean, Japanese, Chinese, French. So all of those languages are included, and you can basically get all of the information regarding your tour from this console with your included earbuds. The lower deck is air conditioned and fully closed, while the upper deck is an open air deck with the panoramic view of the city. Upper deck could get pretty hot during the day, but the view from the upper deck is much better. Although there are some buses that have the first and the upper deck have both air conditioned. However, the open air deck like this one is much better for sightseeing. In an open air deck bus, then they will give you Vietnamese style hats to cover your head from the sun. Still, it can get pretty uncomfortable and hot in the bus, so I would suggest that you get off regularly from the bus at different intervals. Another advice I would like to give is to check the timings of the different attractions on the route. So, if you're planning to visit some specific attraction, then definitely check the timings for that, and only take the bus that will drive around the city during those periods of the day, because the bus actually starts pretty early. However, the attractions don't open until noon. So on a lot of occasions, if you're on the bus, then you would have to roam around the city and miss some of the attractions, and you would have to come back if they are not open. The hop on hop off bus covers most of the major attractions of the Ho Chi Minh City, like the Notre Dame Cathedral, the Central Post Office, Opera House, War Museum, all of the other ones as well. So it could be a really good option if you want to visit the major attraction of the city, and basically not worry about the transportation. So this is the upper deck of a air conditioned bus, and you can see that it is pretty comfortable, and the views from the upper deck of the air conditioned bus aren't as good as the open air one, but yeah, still they are not that bad. We have got off the bus at the Benthan stop, and now we are walking towards the Benthan market. And this market is particularly famous with the tourists and the locals alike. And this is like a local market where you can find all sort of things. However, I would say that The market itself is not as large as you would expect, but yeah, it is still pretty decent in size with a lot of different vendors selling different kinds of merchandise. Although I would say that you will have to bargain really hard to get the best price for the merchandise that you're trying to purchase. You need to bargain like crazy. At the Ben 10 market, there are a lot of things to buy like coffee, dry fruits. There are macadamia nuts that you can also buy from here. Then there are souvenirs like fridge magnets. Also, you can buy clothing items, and particularly you can buy fabric, and that most of the shops will make a suit for you within a day. So if you select a fabric and you give your measurements, you can collect your suit, the tailor-made suit, the next day itself. So we have visited a few of the stops at the Hop and Off bus route. Now we are heading for our lunch and we are going to the cafe apartments. The cafe apartments are basically just a building where the apartments have been converted into restaurants, so they call it cafe apartments. And basically, there are different restaurants here, and all of them are pretty famous, not only with the locals but also with the tourists. So we are heading to one of them for our lunch. As you walk into the building, you can see that it is like a old apartment building. There is an elevator and there are some small stairs that take you up to the upper levels. And from here, basically, we decided to head to Curry in Hurry, which is an Indian restaurant. So the reason we had here was we were craving some Indian food, and we decided to head into this restaurant, which is actually pretty highly recommended. One of the reasons that Cafe Apartments is pretty famous is because of its views. However, since we were here during the lunchtime, it was pretty hot outside. Therefore, I would recommend that if you're visiting, then visit during the evening. Now talking about the restaurant itself, the Curry in Hurry restaurant, it has a lot of different items on the menu, basically all Indian food. So you can get rice, you can get naan, you can get chapati, you can get chicken, you can get dal makhni. All of the things that you expect from an Indian restaurant are available here. So we ordered some chicken tikka masala, we ordered some dal makhni, naan, and pani puri. So it was all pretty tasty, and I will highly recommend it, although it was really on the pricey side. At the cafe apartment, there are so many restaurants to choose from, and some of them are actually vegetarian. So, not just Indian food, but you can also get vegetarian Vietnamese food here as well. But I would say that most of the restaurants here are pretty pricey, and it is worth visiting once. But if you are going there regularly, then it could be a burden on your pocket. For the last destination, we are here at the Central Post Office, and from here, basically, you can send a postcard back home. So you can purchase the postcard from here itself, and then you can buy stamps from the counter and then basically mail them back to your home. From the outside, the building has that old French colonial era look to it, and the architecture is pretty appealing. So you can see that this building is sort of like an historic building here, and they have maintained it pretty nicely. You can see all of the different colonial era architectural elements that are still intact, and from inside, the building also looks pretty well maintained. You can see the decorations here are sort of with that old colonial era vibes, and here you can buy different souvenirs. So it is like an post office come market, and there are different vendors selling souvenirs. So you can buy some different kinds of postals like postcards, and you can buy some envelopes. Also there is collection of coins that you can buy to take home instead of mailing them in. So overall it is a nice place to visit. So that's all for the day 2 of our Vietnam trip. And from here we just went back to our hotel, rested a bit, and went out for dinner. So that was the entire day that we spent here at Ho Chi Minh City. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, then please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to my channel for more such interesting videos in the future. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until then, thanks, take care, and bye.